It is Wednesday, October 25th. We've got a full slate of NBA games for you today. This is the free three. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? It's your boy Noble Living back with another DYF Bets video where I'm breaking down my favorite picks and plays of the day as we just try to get to the bag together and make some money. NBA kicked off yesterday, and our slate did not go the way we wanted to go. We went 1-2 on the day. We did cash in on Chris Paul over 7.5 assists. Love to see that, get that done there. The veteran helps us out. And then Anthony Davis, he lets us down. 17 points in the first half, including a few rebounds, and guess what? He finishes under his points and rebounds total. Didn't score a single point in the second half. I can't believe that. So we lost on the 36.5 points and rebounds, and we also lost on the Warriors money line there. It was a close game at the end. Two big threes from the Suns, from two players that you really weren't expecting it from a Kogi, Gordon. That's tough to see. Tough loss there. 1-2 on the day. You can see our year-to-date record right here. Still crushing it, still over 500. Now we've got a full slate of NBA games, so we're going to turn around the ship today. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys are doing that, so this way you can stay up to date on all the latest basketball plays, and click that like button, so this way you guys can stay up to date on all our videos. I greatly appreciate the support. Let's dive into our first best bet of the day. So for my first best bet of the day, I'm going to learn my lesson from yesterday because I did go with some veterans, but I did go against my gut on a few picks and plays. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to run it back with the assists, and I'm going to run it back with a veteran. I'm going to go with CJ McCollum over 4.5 assists, plus 108 odds on FanDuel. I really like this line. I think we're getting really good value on it on plus money. CJ McCollum, since he went to the Pelicans, he's kind of turned into more a facilitator, not as much as just a dynamic scorer like what we saw in Portland. He averaged 5.7 assists per game last season. We love to see that. That's right over this total here. I love to see lines that's right at the average of the players, because that means I'm not asking him to do too much or overperform. I just need you to do what you've done time and time before. And we saw him really start facilitating the ball more down the stretch, and that was without Zion last season because he was injured at the end of the season. So now we've got a full healthy Pelicans team. We've got Zion back. We've got Brandon Ingram coming back off of that tour that he went on over the summer in the FIBA basketball, even though he didn't play that much down the stretch. But I think we have a full healthy Pelicans team, which sets us up really well for CJ McCollum to really be able to dime the ball, really be able to facilitate and get his teammates involved in this one. And then it also helps that he has a favorable matchup against the Grizzlies. Memphis last year was ranked in the bottom 5 of all NBA teams in terms of opponent assists per game. So they don't really have dynamic defending guards. Obviously, Ja Morant is out with the suspension this one, so that even puts him a little bit even further down because they don't have his athleticism on the court. Desmond Bane there. I guess D Rose might be starting for them at the point guard spot. I'm not 100% sure. But, whoever starts for the Grizzlies, I don't think it's going to matter that much in terms of slowing down CJ McCollum from really getting to his spots, even looking for his shot, and then also making that extra pass. He played the Grizzlies 3 times last season, 6 assists, 3 assists, 9 assists, so went over this total 2 of 3 times. So I'm going to bank on this veteran today, getting his teammates involved with the full healthy Zion, Ingram, Valanciunas there. So let's go with CJ McCollum over 4.5 assists as the first best bet of the day. For my second best bet of the day, we're going to go with a side on this one. I'm not going to put out a ton of money line sides and spreads in the NBA this year, believe it or not. I will inside of our group. If you're not inside the group, click the link in the bio to join our Telegram group, because I have to wait till later on in the day. I do my research early in the morning for these games, but once you will find out if you're new to betting basketball or betting NBA, guys, the injury report is like gold in this thing. It's the most important thing, so you kind of have to wait for the closer to game time to see who's playing, who's not playing. So it's very hard to handicap a side without that information. But since it's the beginning of the season, most people are healthy or we're kind of getting the reports beforehand. I feel a little bit comfortable taking the side. Warriors burned us last night, but we're going to run it back tonight with a money line. I'm going to go Timberwolves on the money line, minus 112 odds on DraftKings. And I really like this Wolves team this year. I think they have all the pieces to make some noise if they can put it all together. Now, you heard Shaq yesterday on Inside the NBA, if you watched the pregame show. He spoke about one of the things that veteran teams that want to contend for a championship, what they have to do is to defend home court. But another thing they must do is have over 500 record on the road, right? That's the goal. Kind of coast through the regular season, win the games that you're supposed to win, show up for the big games, and then also at the same time, be ready for the playoffs. If this Timberwolves team is ready to make that next step, not being content of just making the playoffs, but actually making it out of the first round, maybe going on a deep playoff run, then it starts today. It starts with being able to win a game on the road. And I think they have a really good favorable matchup against this Toronto Raptors team, because the Toronto Raptors truthfully, I think they're by the end of the season, we're going to see them in full tank mode. I think they're absolutely terrible. I think this roster is going to get picked apart as they're going to get rid of pieces, as teams are going to look to re-bolster off the injuries or make a playoff push because they have some of those pieces. They lost VanVleet to the Rockets in the offseason, and he was arguably their best all-around offensive player. And then we heard Scotty Barnes' name, OG Anunoby's name come up during trade talks and when they were getting in the Dame sweepstakes there a little bit. We heard Siakam's name pass floated around as well this offseason. Still do have some pieces, but I don't think they're as strong as they used to be. And they've been a weaker team, truthfully, in the Eastern Conference over the last few seasons after they lost Kawhi. They have a new head coach this year as Nick Nurse went down to Philadelphia. So I think it's going to take some time for the Toronto Raptors team to figure it out. And even if they don't figure it out, I think this team gets disbanded pretty quickly here. Meanwhile, the Wolves have a very veteran roster. I think Mike Conley is a huge pickup for this Wolves team. Not only is he a veteran presence inside that locker room, but he's a true point guard who can really be able to get Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert to kind of best be able to get their skill sets to work together, because it's kind of hard when you have two bigs like that. But Towns obviously wants to shoot more threes. Gobert is always a lob threat, a defensive anchor there. So I think Conley's the guy who can get those pieces to blend together. And then obviously you have Anthony Edwards there, and then you got a few supporting cast players as well. So I think the Wolves have a really good chance to win some solid games this year, go deep into the playoffs if they get the right favorable matchups. But for tonight's matchup, I think I like them on the money line. We're getting good value here. This is a chance for them to steal an early game on the road, and I don't think the Raptors have all the pieces. So give me the Timberwolves on the money line as my second best bet. Now for my third and final best bet of the day, we're going to a player prop here, and I'm going to another guy, another veteran in that late night NBA matchup between the Clippers and the Trailblazers. I'm going Jeremy Grant over 1.5 3-pointers made, minus 130 on DraftKings. Let's keep it real simple. Last year, he averaged 2.3 made 3-pointers per game, and he averaged close to 6 attempts per game. So the volume is there, right? Obviously, there's no more Damian Lillard for the Blazers anymore, so that means he's going to have to play a bigger role on this team. They're going to need more points out of him. I mean, he averaged 20 points per game last season, so this is a year easily we could be looking at a 24, 25 point per game year for Jeremy Grant. He has the bag to get this done. I mean, I'm from a point per game standpoint, and like I said, the volume is going to be there from a 3-point shooting standpoint. And last year, he faced the Clippers one time when he was on the Blazers. He went 5 for 11 in that game from the 3-point line. He finished with 32 points, and Dame didn't play in that game either. So I really think we have a repeat performance from Jeremy Grant today, because the question just becomes where they're going to get the offense from. It's either going to come from him, it's either going to come from Simons. I mean, yeah, we're going to see what Scoot can do as well, but he's a rookie. It's going to take him some time to get adjusted to the NBA. So I really like the fact that Jeremy Grant, his veteran presence, he's been shooting the ball better. They're going to need him to hit shots today. I think the volume's going to be there. So give me Jeremy Grant over 2 3-pointers as my third and final best bet of the day. And that's it for me today, my friends. 3 bets, 3 winners that are coming to your way. Let's turn around this ship from yesterday's dismal day, and we're going to turn it around today. Let's go with Jeremy Grant over 1.5 3-pointers. Let's go with the Timberwolves on the money line, and let's go with CJ McCollum over 4.5 assists. Really good odds on all of those. 2 veterans, 1 team that should be able to get it done. I really like this slate today. Hopefully that we can make some money. Now, what I want you to do is drop a comment below or drop a comment in the Telegram group with your best bet of the day, so this way I can tell you and we can continue to make money together. As always, let's get to the bag, dictate your fate. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later, guys.